What's up, guys? It's Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar, and I'm back by special request. Big shout out to Jessica J. This one is for you with another episode of Unpopular Opinions. Now, you guys know my good friend African Tigress came in town, and I was very much covering her content, but I got a special request from one of the African Superstar families, like, yo, what's up with the Unpopular Opinions? So this one's for you, Jessica. First unpopular opinion is love cannot exist where the two of you don't speak the same language.
Now, disclaimer, because I know y'all about to be, because see, people are so reactive. Let me land.
As we say here in Ghana, let me say my whole point. Okay? This is not the actual physical language of like, oh, he speaks Spanish, I speak English, he speaks Tree, I speak French, whatever. No. This is referring to the language of life, okay? This is referring to two partners going in the same direction, so speaking the same language of the future, okay? What will end up happening with partners that are not in sync or not heading in the same direction is they grow apart or they become kind of like adversaries because each person has their own agenda. And since it's not the same agenda and you guys are not, utilizing your resources and compiling them to be successful with each other, you're working against each other, and unfortunately the majority of relationships are like that now, 2022. Okay, the majority of people are not in happy, healthy, fulfilling relationships because they don't want to tackle this. And for one reason, this or that, they decide, oh, I'm with this person, I have a kid with this person, I've known this person forever, nobody else is going to want me, I'm old. The laundry list goes on, and they are with people that ultimately, impede on their productivity. So that's what I mean when I say two people that don't speak the same language. Love cannot exist where two people do not speak the same language. My next unpopular opinion is I respect people and countries that stand up for what they believe in. Now, virtually all these kind of countries will be considered enemies to the West, enemies to the US, such as Russia, such as Afghanistan, such as Korea or China. But I respect people that are willing to stand in what they believe in. I once watched a documentary several years ago where there was a butler in the UK, and he was talking about the danger of releasing standards, and the danger of that is once you lower your standards, you can never get them back because, you start letting all kind of things come in. Or if it's in regards to like tradition, if you stop practicing tradition, it dies. If you stop speaking your native tongue, it doesn't get passed on to the next generation. This is why I respect people that stand up for what they believe in. I take an ethical look at it and not just say, oh, these people are terrorists, oh, these people are enemies, oh, these people are communists. Yeah, but they're willing to stand up. How many of you guys are willing to stand up for what you believe in?
How many of you guys are willing to stand up for what you believe in?
Y'all come on this channel and watch me talk, enjoy me, like my comments and everything. But if you were to be in a situation where somebody want to know what you believe in and how you feel, you're not willing to stand up for that. You see what I'm saying? But that's why I respect myself, and that's why people respect me too. Because I also stand for what I believe in. I believe that I didn't need to live in the West. I believe that I shouldn't be subject to racism just because I'm Black. I believe that I'm not going to live a life as a second-class citizen the entire duration of my life. No, I'm going to take some initiative. So I have a lot of respect for those people that will do the same. Their religion, their culture, their beliefs, their politics, whatever. They're willing to stand up. My next unpopular opinion
is Black people don't believe in self-preservation, and I don't understand why.
I don't understand what's so complicated about understanding that if you do not perpetuate your people now here in this modern day, they won't be there in the future. That's what I don't get. And I don't get how Black empowerment and, pro-Black and Pan-African talk even like upset some Black people. Like they don't even like it. At the end of the day, it's either them or us. That's just the truth.
At the end of the day, it's either them or us. That's just the truth.
Okay? If you're religious, it tells you in the Bible, sweet water and bitter water can't come from the same fountain. Okay? You can't serve two masters. You're going to love one or hate the other. We should have an interest in how our people are going to be in the future. We should have an interest in setting the stage for them and preparing for them. You know? I believe in self-preservation. That's why I believe in Black love. That's why I believe in Africa. That's why I believe in my people, is because I'm like, okay, otherwise, how are they going to continue to exist? You know, if I don't walk it like I talk it. How? My next unpopular opinion is they can't have melanin, so they teach us to hate it. Okay? I don't know about you, but I think there's something very fascinating about melanin, and especially like super dark people. Like, every time I meet them, I just marvel at them. I marvel at their skin. I mean, it's just like, it's like a world wonder. Like, how is it possible? It's strikingly beautiful. And I think that because, non-Black people, that's one thing they cannot emulate. They have been manipulating science to emulate all of our features. Big eyes, nose, lips, for the women, breasts, curves, for the men, they take steroids to get more masculine. They have manipulated science to emulate us as best they can, but the melanin is one thing that they cannot achieve, because I don't care how long they sit in the sun, they're never going to reach certain levels of melanin. Okay, their fake tans and all that stuff, their makeup, it can't do it. So because they cannot achieve it, they have made a concerted effort to make us feel like something's wrong with it. But actually, that's a contradiction to their religious beliefs, because their religious beliefs would say that you were made in the image of God, you were made and designed the way that you were meant to be. So that means us in melanin, we are who we are supposed to be. And then they're augmenting themselves or doing everything to change their appearance and be something else. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. And a word from the Afrikansuperstar. Your melanin is amazing. Ladies that may have color complexions, or complexes rather, you feel like the darker you are, the less attractive you are. If you were lighter, it would be better. Trust me. You were designed. It's such a unique privilege. It's beautiful. And just because other people are telling you it's not, that doesn't mean anything. A lot of people try to discourage you when you're the hotness. Okay, when you're creative. I mean, you can look at any, prominent person in history. They're going to probably tell you, if you talk to them, that people tried to discourage them. People called them crazy. People thought their idea was stupid. People insulted them. People didn't like their music. You can't let other people's opinions dictate your own identity. You have to learn who you are and be comfortable in that to be able to continue to migrate through life, and evolve through life. This one's controversial, but I have to say it. I'm very embarrassed of my peers. I'm so embarrassed of my peers. This has to do with, my age mates as well as people that come from America. So embarrassed. Sometimes I just even hate to be associated with the country because, the way that a lot of my peers behave, the stuff they do, the things they say, the way they conduct themselves, their nonchalant attitude to the future, it's just so embarrassing. The way that they dance and sell out for money. It's awful. And I get so embarrassed. And it's like, obviously, if you live in the West and you've not traveled, you don't really realize how you get associated to this kind of behavior in the international community. A lot of people are watching mainstream media and things like that, or listening to this music that's out here, and they're like, oh, these are Black Americans. Okay, and this is how they behave, and this is their outlook, and this is their portrayal in the media. Because, see, other ethnicities don't allow themselves to be portrayed in certain ways. Okay, other ethnicities will not just allow, themselves to be seen in a negative light. No, but Black Americans, for instance, or Americans at large don't really care. But I'm talking about more about, it's embarrassing. I would say start realizing that your actions have effects on other people. Maybe you are someone who lives in America, you have no intention of traveling. But those of us that are in the international community have to deal with the stereotypes that are cultivated in America, and it's terrible, and I really, really hate it. Okay? And my last unpopular opinion is watch out for charismatic people. Who are charismatic people? Charismatic people are the feel-good people. They talk a lot, they're dynamic, they're entertaining, and a lot of times they're super scammy. And that's why they have to be charismatic, is because they have to hurry up and rope you in quickly before you start questioning them, or maybe before you start connecting the dots, or maybe before you exercise some critical thinking. Be very careful when you encounter a charismatic person. You meet somebody new, they're talking, divulging all this information, making you promises, telling you who, there's some big guy or some big girl, they've done all this and stuff. Please, please, please save yourself the trouble. Okay? A lot of highly accomplished people are very humble. They wouldn't even sing their praises in front of you. Okay? They won't even tell you how much money that they have. They won't even be dressed in expensive clothing. They don't like drawing attention to themselves in, public settings. When the time comes for them to toot their horn or for someone else to toot it, they understand it and they can receive it. But on a general basis, they are very humble and try to be discreet. These charismatic people are like the inverts, and they're always trouble. I know it's entertaining and, whatever, but trust me, think about the long term. Some of these charismatic people, observe them well, observe them closely. Okay? So anyway, let me know what you think about these unpopular opinions in the box below. Again, special shout outs to Jessica J and all the rest of you guys that love unpopular opinions. This one's for you. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.